Sam Kofkov was one of thousands of Jewish urban residents who came to Connecticut in the late 19th and early 20th centuries to start farming. These new farmers were helped by a philanthropic organization whose mission was to give Jewish immigrants a way out of the crowded urban tenements of the day. Settling mostly on worn-out Yankee farms with rocky soil unsuitable for crops, they started dairy and egg farms and producer cooperatives, many of which thrived for several generations, helping to revitalize Connecticut agriculture. In the early 1900s, the European migration that filled Connecticut cities also transformed the countryside.
Those farms, which were extremely marginalized, were really given new life by the immigrants from Europe. They really sustained Connecticut agriculture for many years. I would say from 1900 to really the World War II period. Oftentimes there was a sort of specialization. I mean, you can go down here in Hebron and Glastonbury and find fruit farms that Italian-American families were particularly active in giving new life to. In Ashford, tremendous number of Slovaks. In parts of Hartford County, we find a lot of Polish farmers settling, becoming involved in raising potatoes and other crops.
African Americans played an important role in Connecticut agriculture from the very start.
Certainly, there was large-scale, first slave-based and then tenant farmer-based agriculture in parts of the state. But equally typical would be just African Americans who had maybe smaller holdings than their white Yankee neighbors, but they would be undertaking the same sort of agricultural life as well, either as small independent proprietors of farms or as farm laborers on other farms.
Perhaps the most distinctive state agricultural crop is tobacco, used as cigar wrappers. With the successful introduction of shade tobacco in 1901, came a need for thousands of seasonal workers. Connecticut growers met the demand over the years by hiring immigrants, Southern African Americans, and migrant contract workers in addition to local residents. In the 1950s and 60s, thousands of Puerto Rican workers were recruited to fill a labor shortage on the farms. The long hours and Spartan worker camps attracted the attention of unions, church groups, and political activists who successfully pushed for better conditions.